Good morning and welcome, my flossy friends. Today is Tuesday, November the 25th, and this is part 2 of my WIP Parade. So today I'm sitting down because I thought it may be a little easier to show you things and maybe not quite so distracting. We have company this morning. I'm going to turn you around slowly so you don't get dizzy. But this is Jack. Say hello, Jack. There's a good boy. Hi. Yeah, he's keeping us company today. Yesterday he slept through the whole thing, so we didn't see him at all. Hopefully he won't knock the camera. He's just staring at me now. I have another cat, another tuxedo, Mia, but she's sitting in a safe spot right now. So anyway, so I am going to try and go alphabetical still. We were on the L's yesterday, but I have things that are stacked up here, and it might be a good idea if I go through those first and get them out the way, and then go through my piles that I have next to me. And I'm sure you don't care as long as you see the stitching. So I'm just, I just think it might be good to do it that way. So let's get going. I was going to do a plans video. I was tacking on my plans at the end of this video. But you know, it took me all day yesterday to load the video. I couldn't load it in my normal way, which was really frustrating. It didn't matter how hard I tried. I tried to load it onto my iPad. That didn't work. And so it took until, about 9 o'clock last night for it to go live. So I didn't get any stitching done yesterday, and it was my birthday. How can that happen? So today I'm just going to load it straight from my phone, so there's no editing or anything. So you have to forgive me on that one. Not that I edit anyway, but I don't know. It just felt a bit strange to do it that way. So we are going to get started. I've got a bit of a croaky voice and I have my water next to me. Okay, this first one I'm going to show you here, which is right at the end of the alphabet, is White Rabbit. And I got it off Etsy. The designer is Maria Brovko. And the story behind this is I fell so hard down the rabbit hole that I felt that this was very appropriate. So I did start him. He's hard to see on this fabric. This is a Be Stitch Me fabric, and I think it's, it's 32 count linen, and it's called Luna Moth by Be Stitch Me. Don't have a huge start on this. I started it earlier this year. There's a lot of back stitch in this. So if I bring it right in, there you are. That's all I have done. I'm not even sure where on the pattern that it is. I guess it's a middle start, so it's in the middle. So there we go. And this is White Rabbit. That away. That really could do with some real love, right? Okay, the next one up is Rejoice Evermore by With Thy Needle and Thread. Here it is. And I think this was a Roxy Flossco conversion. You see, So I'm stitching this on 36 count porcelain linen. These are the colours. Aren't they glorious? And this, when I did the border all the way around and it did meet up. I know I have a window behind me, so. So this is how far I've got. I didn't iron any of these pieces. I ironed all of my finishes yesterday. But this, the border meets and it goes all the way around. So I did stitch on this this year. I didn't get too much done on it. I probably stitched on it in September for Sampler September. I do enjoy following those little things. Okay, so that's Rejoice Evermore. And this next one is called Santa Stops Here. And this is also with Thy Needle and Thread. Here it is. This is being stitched in Swar and Goblins. And this is a Katie Strachan conversion. Okay. This one will definitely be coming out. I did stitch on this during Jolly July. I'm going to try and stretch it a bit. You see, I can't see what you can see. All right, there we go. So I was stitching in that brickwork that you can see. Didn't get too much done on this one either. This has beads. I'm just trying to find what the fabric is. The fabric is Winter Brew. It's a 36 count as well. Oh yay, my favourite. It's being stitched 1 strand over 2. It's from R&R Reproductions. It's lovely fabric. And basically, these are the colours. And I have more. There they are. Yeah, and the red's gorgeous. So I'm looking forward to bringing that out in December for Flossmas, because you have to stitch on winter and Christmas things during Flossmas, right? Okay, now I have another kind of out of sync pile. In my infinite wisdom, last year I decided I would like to do an Afghan. So I started an Afghan, and this one is, I think I got it for my birthday last year. I certainly got the fabric for it. It's called Christmas Town by Witchell Imports. So there it is. It's really pretty. And I'm stitching in this block here, and that's as far as I've got. We live in like an open concept, that's why it's a bit echoey. We have really high ceilings. And this isn't where I'll normally film. I'll film in my craft studio. But I have a stitching spot here on the couch, and I just couldn't get the lighting and my iPad set up properly and all of that, but we think we've worked it out. So I will be getting more stitches in this year, but I haven't even, I'm trying to figure out which way is up. That's the way it goes. So that's how much I've done. And it's very different using 4 strands of thread. But anyway, that's as far as I've got. Hopefully, we will see more of this completed as time goes on. But yeah, that's where we're at. Okay. The next thing I'm going to show you are my Prairie Schooler Santas. I have a needle in here and he's poking through. Okay. I'll show you which one I'm stitching first, because I've done a few of these. So I am stitching the Hockey Santa. My husband is a big hockey fan. Toronto Maple Leafs, which are doing absolutely awful this year. I don't think I've ever seen them play so badly, but they are, and it's sad to see. I started this in October. Oops. There we go, that's how much I've got done on him. I would like to get him completed. I have a plan for fully finishing these so I can put them on my mantle here. But yeah, and then I'll show you the ones I've already completed, because this is number 5. How are we gonna do this? Okay, yeah, this works. So this is 1 and 2. This one is my favorite one thus far. And then I have three and 4. Yep. I really do enjoy stitching these. They're a good travel piece, only I'm absolutely useless at stitching in the car. Don't know if it's my husband's driving or just me, but anyway, it is a challenge. But we have a new car, so maybe the new car will be different. It's a little smoother. So, okay, let's get this away. Okay, this next one is a full coverage. I restarted it because I didn't like the 20 count. All my full coverages have been restarted. I'm still stitching one on a 20 count. Can't say I'm loving it. So this is called The Storyteller. Artwork by Wendy Andrews, and it's Stitches So Beautiful chart. And I just love robins. Like, I can't resist a robins chart. And look at the fox. It's not a huge chart. Let me see if I... It's 400 by 400, so it's not massive. Big enough though, right? Yeah, very small start. This is on, I'm assuming it's 25 count, but it's not easy grid. It's just plain straight Lugana. I don't really need the easy grid, but I've started using the easy grid. Okay, are you ready for this? Big start, right? The anticipation is killing you. There you go. There's a couple of thousand stitches in there. which you really wouldn't think there would be, but there is. This got some love this year, not an awful lot, but it will be coming out in December. Okay, and the next one is also a full coverage. It's a mini. No, not a mini. It's a quick stitch by Ciro Marchetti, and it's Spirit of Winter Robin. Go figure, has to be a robin, right? There you go. And yep, I restarted this one. This one does have a little more on it. Let's get my needle out of the way. So here it is. Winter Robin, stitched 1/1, 25 count. So I think I'm coming around here somewhere, around this bit. It's difficult to know where to start on this one. I don't like starting in the middle unless I can absolutely avoid it, which I do most of the time. All right. Okay, next up. This is, I forgot this one yesterday. So I am stitching Kingdom of Books. I've had this a few years and I decided I really needed to start it. I'm not too sure where I'm at on this. It's a big chart. I do not like coloured charts. And what I generally do is I take a photo and I upload it to GoodNotes and then I can highlight it off. This is proving challenging because the symbols aren't clear. So I have to keep the chart out while I'm stitching. So it's really taking the enjoyment out of it. So I've only just started it and I'm here in this part here. I changed the fabric and asked me what it is. I do not know. It's a 28 count or I think it's a 28 count Lugana. This is how much I've got done. I wanted a colour similar to the background so I don't have to stitch all of the background. This is some of the background and this is the top of the first book. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in terms of the titles on the books, because obviously it's in Russian and I didn't bring the details or a picture of it, but I'll just, can you see? This is one side. Oh yeah, and this is the chart. I shouldn't be showing you this, sorry. But good luck trying to take anything off that. Yeah, so it's a Russian pattern. And that's how far I've got. Someone suggested to me to take it to Staples or somewhere and get it photocopied in black and white, and maybe that will help. So I am going to try that. Probably should try that sooner rather than later. These are all of the threads. So I'm using the cord for threads, but just not the Ada. I'm not a fan of stitching on Ada. I don't know how often I say that, but sorry. I really, But I do have one. I have one project in here that's being stitched on Ada, and it's not too bad. Okay. Oh, I didn't bring this with me. Where is this? Okay, I can't show you this one, but I do have in my WIP pile, Let Love Rain. And I don't know where the project is. These are the called for threads. This is a Teresa Kogut one. I must have left it in my craft room. Okay. All right, moving along very quickly. This next one is called Love Games. It's a modern folk embroidery. I just love this one, and I have hardly stitched on it. This is Roxy Floss Co. Thread and fabric. I think it's like a 36 count porcelain, and I am using licorice sticks. And this is how much I've got done. So really the very first motif, half a motif is done. So I stitched this one, and now I'm coming down here. Yeah. And it says here in the center, force may subdue, but love gains. And he that forgives first wins the laurel. It's really, really sweet. Okay. I hope I'm not going to get these mixed up. Okay, and this is another full coverage, and it is on 20 count. It is called Nutcracker. It's a mini, and it's charted by Artisy. Okay, I'm going to pull it up for you so you can actually see. My other passion in here that I like are nutcrackers. So, hence this chart. Let me see if I can find it. Here he is. He's called Santa Nutcracker. Isn't he gorgeous? So I am stitching this on 20 count, and I'm doing, I believe, 2/1 to get the coverage. Just going to fold it a little better for you. It can be challenging wrangling all this fabric. And that's how far I've got. So I'm starting to do the little bit of holly at the top of his head, is on his hat or crown. I don't know what it is. So I'm working along here. Isn't he gorgeous though? And he's supposed to be a mini. It's 216 wide by 300 stitches high. And he's being stitched on a 20 count. 2/1. I believe it's 2/1. Yeah. All right. Mr. Nutcracker. Right now I'm going to show you my biggest project. Which I just lost. I love this. So this is called The Better to See You With. It's 671 stitches wide by 825 stitches high. And it is just delicious. But it's a lot of green. I would have really liked to work my way down to Red Riding Hood, but if I did that, I don't think I'd finish it. And I'm stitching up in this ear here. So I've done 5 pages, working on my 6th page. And this project has 553,575 stitches. And I've currently done 27,950 with a couple of extra 1,000 in there because I'm working on page 6 and let's just hope it doesn't fall apart while I get it over here. And this is where I'm at. You can see the peak of his ear and that fir tree that's going up. Whoa, gonna knock everything over here. And that's as close as I can bring it. So he's being stitched on a 25 count, easy grid, as you can see, 1/1 full cross. I'm just going to put that down here and hope it doesn't slide. Okay, those are all the awkward ones that I can get to. And now we'll start with the project bags. So there's going to be unzipping, and I'm sorry. So this next one is called Life is Sweet. I actually started stitching this week. On the 23rd, I actually started it. Should have been on the 22nd. I'm stitching this with Sheila from the Sunshine Stitches. These are just, well, they're a mixture of DMC and CXC threads. They're pretty. And this is Life is Sweet by Love Puppet. Picked this up in the UK when I was over there. Isn't he cute? I didn't get too much done. It's not too bad. This is a 28 count Lugana. And it's a grey. And sorry about the hanging thread. That's where I finished. Move that up out of the way. And this is as far as I've got. The needle minder is also by Love Puppet. Yep. So Sheila and I started that this weekend. So, yeah. I probably won't, realistically, I may not get any more stitches in that one until next year, to be fair. I have to be realistic in some respects. Oh, and there they go. That was just waiting to happen. Okay. All right, this one is for my grandson. And oh yeah. And I can't show you the picture because it's the actual chart. I got it off Etsy. It's called Link. What I've been told, Link is a character in Zelda. For those gamers out there, you'll know what this is. So I'm stitching it on a linen, a 32 count linen, 2/2. And this is as far as I've got. And you can see he's coming here. He's really, you can see who he is basically. It's very cartoony. It's very blocky stitching. But it's not bad actually. Oh, and I thought I was stitching this on Ada, but I'm not. It's a linen, so that's nice. I thought I did have one on Ada. Huh. Anyway, yeah, so that's Link. I'm trying to get him done by June of next year. So we shall see. These are the threads. I've got them all in here. So he really needs to be a daily stitch as well, which would put my daily stitch counts to 3 or even 4. I have to think about that one. I am going to do a plans video, maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure. This next one is called Madras Beanstalk by Robin Pickens. Sorry for the glare there. I started this one too with Sheila. We started it together at the Essex Needles Retreat. And this is called for fabric. I was kind of disappointed with the fabric because I thought it was more blue, but it's not, it's green. And yes, I have a hanging thread. And this is where I am. So I'm coming down the first stalk, the beanstalk. Aren't the colours fabulous? They really pop on this fabric. These are the colours. So yeah, I'm coming down this middle stalk here, and I've done this one here, and I've done this one over here, this leaf. Let me take it out. It's very glary. Here you go, this is better. Yeah, so I'm coming down the middle stalk. I've done this leaf and this leaf. And I'm just starting on this one here. It's not a big chart. It's 96 high, 96 wide by 95 high. And it's by Robin Pickens. I have another one of hers or his. Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed stitching on that. I stitched on it at the retreat, and when I was on my travels, I was stitching on this one. Next up is another modern folk embroidery. I do like Jacob's designing. So this is Song of the Nightingale. Basically, I've done this bit here. I might have done all of, no, I've done this bit here. And I'm starting over here now. This was a restart because I can't measure anything. So this is now being stitched on pretty much a 40 count, 1/2. But I've gone past where I completed before. And I'm using Roxy Floss Co. Let's just move that along a bit. And there we go. Isn't it gorgeous? Bring it in a bit. So it's very delicate, 1/2. Yeah. And I'm doing it on a higher count because I was worried that I was going to run out of floss. So these are the flosses here. So, this one is called Ochre, and this one is Delft. Look at the variation in the colour on that. And then we have just navy. It's lovely. So yeah. Managed to get stitches in this one this year as well. I've touched pretty much, I think there's 6 projects overall that I didn't touch, and I started a lot as well as finishing a lot. So my goal that I set out for this year was to basically to try and finish as many of my 2022 projects as I possibly could. And I did a fairly good job on that. Let me move this a little bit. There we go. So I'm quite happy with the progress that I made. I still have, I think, 2 or 3 projects from 2022, which is not bad. Okay, next up is one of my favourite ones. Actually, they're all my favourite ones, but this one I get quite excited about when I stitch on it. I don't want to put it back down again. And this is Pandemic, and everybody's pretty much seen this one by Long Dog Samplers. Here it is. I am stitching this with a silky thread. It's a blendable, it's called, and it is 712, I believe. So it's this one. And I have almost gone all the way across the top row. I'm on the last page of the top row. I do enjoy big projects. You might have noticed that. I'm going to try standing up so you can see it. Okay, so here we are. I'm on the 5th page on the top row. And this is where I'm stitching right now, as you can see by the hanging thread. Yeah, I've been stitching on this one recently, and I really didn't want to put it down. But I went to look at some actual condos on Saturday. So I didn't get to stitch all day on Saturday. I got my daily stitches in on my Better to See You With, and that was it for that day. And I do 100 stitches a day on Better to See You With. And you know, they soon add up. But next year I'm going to increase it, otherwise I'm never going to get it done. And who knows anyway. Who knows what life is going to bring. So, that's pandemic. Okay. This, I believe, is a French designer. And it belongs to Couleur d'Etoile. And I got this off Etsy. It's called Par une nuit. My French isn't any good, so I don't know if that means into the night or something like that. I'm really enjoying stitching on this. I think I finished the first page and I'm moving into the second page. Yeah. Not sure what the fabric is. Aren't I awful? But this is a 28 count Lugana, that much I do know. So this is as far as I've got. And I'm moving over into the second page where the deer is, the reindeer is, and then the Christmas tree. Look how cute that is. So this I started in 2023. During Flossmas, I was starting all these Christmas projects throughout the month of December, and I am still working on them. This isn't a huge chart, but it adds up. It's 237 by 110. Not too sure how many stitches that is, but it adds up. Okay, let's move these over here because things are starting to get a little crazy. Okay, what do we have here? This one is, I call them Quaker pumpkins. I'm not sure if that is the actual name of the chart. Yes, it is. And it's by Hello by Liz Matthews. And here it is. I just love this. I took this on vacation with me. Actually, not sure what's going on. There's a whole piece of fabric in here. Not sure why. Maybe because I think it's it might not fit. This is Fabric Flare. It's a 32 count linen called Stone. Oh, did I restart this? There's actually stitching on here somewhere. Oh yes, I did. Okay, so this fabric is called Stone Cold, and it's from Atomic Ranch. It's a 28 count Lugana, and I've got quite a ways. As I say, I took it with me on vacation. Don't know where to put that hanging thread. Let's tuck it up there. And this is where I'm at. Isn't that gorgeous? When I was stitching it, I was wondering what this bit was here, because I'd stitched that and I'm going, what is that? And of course it's the stalk from the pumpkin. Silly me. Yeah. So that's lovely. I actually like this fabric better than this 32 count. I'd only done this much on it anyway, so I could frog that out and then use the fabric for something else. Not a fan of the fabric, really. So that was a new start in October, so I didn't do a bad job on that. I did enjoy stitching it. But I was gone for almost a month. Well, for just over a month, so I had plenty of time to stitch on it. And I'm using the called for threads. I think they're Weeks. Yeah, Weeks Dye Works. So if I run out, I can get some more. Jack is awake and he's eyeing up me dangling the threads. Okay, the next one I have. Okay, let me see if I can bring up a photo of this. This I got from Just Cross Stitch or something like that. I gotta find it. So just bear with me a minute and talk amongst yourselves. Oops, is it that one? Oh, it is. It's called A Stitch for Christmas, a Christmas robin. Of course it's a robin. Isn't he gorgeous? No, I didn't realise this one was a Christmas stitch. So he has to go on my list for Flossmas. I just called him Round Robin. Don't have a big start on this one. He is being stitched on a 28 count Lugana. I started this sometime in, oh my goodness, I really don't have much on here. It's embarrassing. So that's how much I got done. I'm going to have to pull him out very quickly because that's just not right. I don't even know where it is. I really don't know where it is. See where I've highlighted. Nope. Did I highlight here? Oh yes. Okay. Okay, so I can show you where I'm stitching. I lost myself when I turned. So I'm stitching here. So I was doing these leaves and a little bit of the orange. So that's the right way up. And these must be berries, but these are the leaves going up into the orange. Yeah. How crazy is that? And I don't know how big this is. Let me see if I can find out. It's 129 by 130. So it's about 9 1/4 inches around. That is just crazy. I really need to keep him out so I get some more stitches in, because I really completely lost where I am. In the summer, like May, June, July time, I really wanted to stitch on something colourful, and So I was just starting things. And that's what you get, is you don't put many stitches in. So I probably just stitched on that for an hour or so. That's crazy. Can't be doing that going forward. I think I have to have a minimum of 500 stitches at least in a new start. Okay, this next one is a big project. And I haven't stitched on this year. It's called Sampler of Stitches, and it's by, who is it by? No, The Drawn Thread. So this is what it looks like. I know the Stitching Mummy, Sarah the Stitching Mummy, has completed this. Sheila and I from Sunshine Stitches decided to start it together. She is a lot further along than I am. I haven't even done the first one, the ABC, but this is where I'm at. And like I say, I like to, and I'm doing my own colour conversion actually. Only I've forgotten what that is, which isn't great, is it? Maybe there's a note in here somewhere. But I have the whole kit. So this is the first one. So I'm kind of down here now. And they all have beads and all sorts all the way through. I started this on July the 2nd, 2023. And I haven't stitched on it at all this year. I really need to, don't we all say that? I really need to get back to that, so. But I have big plans this year, so we'll see what happens. Jack is awake, which is a little troublesome because he gets into mischief, so we'll see what happens. I have all my stuff all around me and he's looking, what can I get into? Okay, this next one is called September's Revenge by Maximum Cross Stitch. And this whole kit was put together by Evertote. So I got the project bag and the little pouch for the threads. The fabric is from Roxy Floss Co. The threads are from Roxy Floss Co. These are the threads, the over-dyed threads. Aren't they lovely? And the fabric, I believe, is Panettone. Oh, I have it here. 28 count Panettone. I'm not sure if it's Panettone or Panettone, because isn't that Italian? Anyway. I'm doing quite well with this one. I'm a good halfway through it, I believe. And this is where I'm at. So when I was last stitching on it, where was I? Oh, I think I was working on the vine. It's very floppy fabric. I was working on this vine coming up here. But it really stands out on this fabric. It's beautiful. So I was working on that quite recently. I took it away with me as well. because Sheila and I started this together. So yeah, I took it away with me and we both had it, I think Sheila had it with her. Yeah. So that one has got quite a bit of love this year because I took this one away with me, and I also worked on it in September, and I also have it in my bake-off as well. Okay, this next one is Sheep Virtues, and I won all of these charts from the Sunshine Stitchers, and I am on number 2. I've done 1. Let's get this out. So this next one I'm stitching is called Love. And I'm sorry, it's got a sticker on it. There we go. I don't know how far I have got on this second one. I haven't stitched on this year. Okay. Oh, not far. This is a 32 count Be-Stitch Me, I think that's 1, and then that's how far I've got on 2 on the second one. This is a floss drop needle minder that I got from Crafty Emily. I had to have the sheep for this project. So yeah, something else that needs attention, serious attention. I'm so out of practice with doing floss tubes, so I hope you can forgive me. It's been a long time. Okay, this next one, I love working on this one. This is a Mirabilia. It is the Stargazer. This was one of the ones that I need to put these away. The Stargazer project was one of the ones where I didn't measure the fabric properly. So I had to restart it. But it's coming along really well. I was hoping to get all the cross stitches done this year, but I don't think I will. This is on a 32 count vintage country mocha, and I'm doing it on the wrong side of the fabric, but this is how she is. Ooh. I started from the bottom, or from the bottom portion of the chart, and now I'm working up the top, up towards her bodice. Sorry. Yeah, but isn't she gorgeous? And she has so many beads in her. But I'm excited. Let me see if I can bring her in for a closer look. Let's move my water out of the way. Here we go. So that's the bottom. I can't see what you can see. And then the top part. Yeah. So she is another one that I'm excited to get back to. There's not many days left in November, is there? 4 days after today. And I have to finish my bake-off stitching so I can watch the next episode. I started I invented a game for myself for hockey, for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like number of stitches for the win, a number of stitches for a win in overtime, number of stitches for a loss, stitches for goals, and then stitches for power plays. But they were playing 3 times a week. I just couldn't keep up with it. And I was using Link, the one for my grandson, to stitch on that. And I found that I was stitching on that pretty much every other day, putting a significant amount of stitches in it. Oh, put that over there, try and have some semblance of order. Okay, I only have 3 more projects left. This is another Modern Folk embroidery, good old Jacob. This is the 2023 Sal, Reaching Skywards. I coffee and tea dyed the fabric. This was the fabric I started with. I didn't like it at all, so I coffee and tea dyed it, and I didn't do this tree. I believe I did this tree in the center. It's really coming along. I kind of hoped I would finish it this year, but it is a big project. And I saw someone posted yesterday on Facebook that she started this one in January and she finished it, but she can't be stitching on anything else. That's the thing when you have a lot of projects. So I'm going to stand up and show you where I am with this one. So yeah, here we go. I stand all the way back, and then I'll bring it in closer so you can see. Can't even get it in frame. It is quite big. So yeah, there's my tree in the center, and then I'm almost at the very dense stitching part at the bottom. But yes, so I'm just coming down to this, and I am going to change what I'm putting in there. Yeah, it is taking a long time. I am enjoying it though. There's no denying that. The threads I'm using, the gold is the called for thread, kind of gold. And then, so I'm using this gold here, which is 3085 DMC. There. And 823. I do like 823 as a navy. Yeah. Okay. I think I'll put that one away at the end. Okay, this next one is also Modern Folk embroidery, and I haven't stitched on this year. It's called Under the Stars, and I started it, I started it last Christmas. Yeah, because, yeah, 12/25/24. It's called Under the Stars. Now, I know Karen, the stitching owl, was stitching this, and I'm sure she's finished it. Karen, you'll have to let me know if you finish this. It was at Jacob Palooza in 2023. And she was stitching this one, and I was like, ooh, I have to get that. So I am using, these are silks. I'm using Silks for You, PR something or other, can't remember. But it's a lovely silver grey. And I'm stitching it on, do I have a ticket on here? This will be a Roxy Floss Co. It's called Grunge, and it's a 36 count. And have I started this? Where is it? Okay. This is my start, and you can't even see it. I can't even see it. So I guess this really isn't a WIP. My problem is with 36 count is, do I use one strand or two? And this is one strand, and you can't even see anything. And yeah, so I am going to put this in my kit pile and maybe choose a different fabric for it, because this one isn't working. I don't know. I do not know. You can't see the stitching on here. Try and show you the stitching again. I thought I would have done more than that on here. It's not really a WIP, is it? When there's what, 15 stitches in there? See, you can't, oh, there you go, it's focused now, there it is. Maybe I should stitch more and see if it shows up. Anyway, I'm going to take it off my WIP list. So I only have 52 WIPs. Woo! Yeah. That is shameful, because there's no stitching on it, and I called it a WIP. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside, and this is my last one. Ooh, it is Union Jack. It's by Vivsters. Change the colours a little bit. Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah. Is that the right one? Okay, I'm just trying to find the right colours here. I think that one is right. Put that over there. Okay, so, no, that's not correct. I'm stitching this on a 28 count Lugana. I recently stitched on this, I believe. Yep, there it is. This is very much a nod to my roots. It's the Union Jack by Vivsters. Isn't that gorgeous? So I changed the grey to a little bit darker so it will show up on the white, and so you could see the pattern of the Quaker coming through. And call for red and the call for darker blue, and I changed the royal blue to an 820. And I will show you how far I have got. Really excited about this one. I've almost completed a full page. And I was going to stitch the Canadian flag so I can have them next to each other. I'm not sure now. I found a full coverage chart for Canada and I think I'm going to do that. But here I am. Isn't that gorgeous? See, you can see the Quakers coming through. I really love this one. Very happy with it. The grey is 02. Yeah. And the red is 321. Yeah. So there we have it. That is the end of my 2025 WIP Parade. Thank you so much if you've stuck around to the very end, because it's a lot. We're sitting at an hour and 11 minutes right now. Yeah, and I do have a lot of haul, and I'm not going to show you all of my haul because it's ridiculous. I mean, it would be haul from May until now. But I will show you, because you can see my project bags are these things, and I get them from the dollar store. They're $1.25. You can't go wrong with them. So anyway, when I was at the Essex Needles retreat, I treated myself to 3 project bags, which I have projects that will be going in here very soon. So I think they're by Stitch Magic. There isn't anything on here with her name on. Anywhere. Okay. I'm not gonna, sorry about the zip, but this is Stitch Magic, and she's machine embroidered inside. Isn't that gorgeous? And the Christmas trees. And this one, couldn't resist this one. This is Wellies, Wellington boots. Look at the embroidery, isn't that gorgeous? And then the fabric is Wellingtons on the back. And obviously it's a vinyl front, so you have to be careful. If you have vinyl front project bags, do not put your chart next to the vinyl. Put your fabric next to your vinyl, not the chart, because it can stick. And I love hedgehogs. So here he is. Isn't he gorgeous? And then beautiful hedgehog fabric on the back. So I am signed up for the Essex Needles retreat for next year. I'm not sure how that's going to work out because, as I said before, we're trying to sell our house. And it's taking a while because we live in a retirement community. So it's a specific clientele that would come through here. And there's not much around. And as it's now going into the winter, people go away. A lot of Canadians are now going Costa Rica, Europe for the winter. So anyway, so I don't know when we're going to sell our house. We're seeing our agent today. We did find a place that we would like to put an offer in. So we need to know how aggressive we should be and what she is going to do for us, because they really need to step it up a bit. So we will see. I will let you know the outcome of the meeting in the next video. So as I said earlier at the start of this, I was going to do a plans video tacked into this. But I think I'm just going to hold off. It's an hour and 15 minutes, and I think that's, you know, it's a good time for a floss tube, especially a WIP Parade. And I'm not sure how long it's going to take to upload this, because like I said, it took all day and into the evening yesterday, well into the evening. So we shall see. So hopefully you enjoy this. You found something that you want to follow me on and see how I do with it. And if so, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. The more you hit the like button, my videos will reach other people who are searching for a floss tube video to watch. So please, if you've enjoyed it, to hit the like button. And I will catch you again either tomorrow or the next day. So have a good day, happy stitching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.